I don't think anyone's really thought this one through. It's time we fix that. I'm Justin.
I'll have love potion number 2. Like poop. I'm Sam.
I live on 34th and Vine. I'm Jackie. And this is love potion number 9. Stink of madness.
What's that smell?
I don't know about you, but I'm thirsty as fuck. Thirsty as fuck.
Hey, look at me!
Thrill me.
If you come back in here, I'm gonna hit you with so many rights, you're gonna beg for a left.
Thrill me.
Beg for a left.
Thrill me.
Hey, look at me!
No! What? Hang on!
It stinks.
Hang on! Get to the chopper! Stinker Madness.
Hello and welcome to Secret Madness, the show about bad movies for bad movie lovers. I'm your host, Jackie. As always, with me is Justin and Sam. How you guys doing today?
I'm all right.
Well done. Usually, I would have expected you to screw that one up, but I guess after 380 times hearing it, you're, you've got it dialed into your melon.
I used to, speaking of like having things dialed into your melon, I probably can't do it anymore. But I went to friend of the show, Roman. I went to Subway with him so much. We had like a super specific way to do it, and it was a rhythmic way that he would say it every time to the people, and I could just rattle it off like without even trying.
His sandwich order?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were like announcing the Stinker Madness podcast to the people at the sandwich store.
You guys know we have a podcast, and they're like, I fucking hate my life. I'm a sandwich artist. Fuck yourself. Meanwhile, Roman was like, it's really easy. It's going to be...
A little more lettuce.
He was like, a little lettuce, tomatoes, pickles, black olive, salt and pepper, thin bead of mayo. I can still do it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've seen him order that sandwich. And the fun thing about Roman is he eats a lot.
Yeah.
So he'll get 2 foot longs.
And then he gets like a tuna as well.
The most boring plain sandwiches you can imagine. But he gets like 8 of them and stuffs them in his mouth. Okay. Love Potion number 9, starring Sandra Bullock and Tate Donovan. We got Adrian Paul stopping by. Who else?
There can be only one. Yeah. And I guess it's not me anymore. I'm Christopher Lambert.
Right. Anybody else that we care about show up in this film?
The guy that I already forgot his name again from
the cop
8 seconds ago. Yeah, Blake Clark.
Okay. Why do we care about him?
Because he's funny and he's in a lot of funny movies.
Okay. All right. Directed by Dale Lawner?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Yeah. Blake Clark's in a bunch of the Adam Sandler movies.
Okay.
He's like the Ragin' Cajun guy in Waterboy.
Yeah.
Might be the most notable thing.
Okay.
And then you confuse him for Brian Doyle Murray if you're me.
All right. Sam, what have you got about Love Potion number 9?
Well, it seems like there's been different periods. Like movies are named after songs.
Sure.
And then
Hard
they go
Day's
on.
Night.
Yeah, well, those were actually just Beatles movies about Beatles with Beatles songs.
Right. Okay.
Those are, and maybe it's their fault. You know, who's to say it isn't, right? But it goes through stages. Like right now, we're doing biopics where the movie's named after a song.
Rocket Man, Bohemian Rhapsody,
Walk the Line, all the way back.
Line, yeah.
It was like Ray was the one that wasn't, and then everything since Ray has been named after the song.
Right.
This period, it was like you name it after the song, but then you do a rom-com. And so, like, Can't Buy Me Love,
right?
87, Pretty Woman.
Uh-huh.
Those are the two that this is in the same vein of.
Girls Just Want to Have Fun. It's not a rom-com, but
it's named after a movie. Wait, song.
Yeah.
Yep.
Was that? We did that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't remember
great movie.
The
great
lore behind. What was it, like 2 years between the song and the movie, something like that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Total Recall's another really good one. The epic Barbra Streisand song, Total Recall.
Yeah. They got Dr. Strangelove, How I Learned to Quit Worrying and Love the Bomb.
By Donovan.
By Donovan, yeah. The song, interestingly enough, was written by Jerry Lieber and Mike Stoller, who you could read about for a very long time. A abridged list of some of their hits are Hound Dog, Yickety Yak, There Goes My Baby, Jailhouse Rock, Stand By Me with Barry Mann.
Yeah.
We could read about them all day, so I'm
Right,
going to stop
okay,
right there.
right.
The Clovers took it to number 3, and then in 1959, and then in 1964, the Searchers took it to number 3 from 23 in 1964, 5 years later.
So the Searchers is probably the version we're most
That's
familiar with.
the version we heard in the movie.
That's not the version I'm the most familiar with. Maybe it's the 1959
Maybe
version.
they took the 1959 version for the movie because it was probably cheaper.
Yeah, that's what I think. Like the key difference is there's a couple singers on this version, like I held my nose, I closed my eyes, I took a drink. That's not in the deep voice guy is not in the version that I hear on the oldies stations all the time. Yes, I listen to oldies, guys. I'm fucking ancient.
Yeah, that's gross.
Anybody else want to throw me under the bus?
Really? Yeah, like why you're so like defensive about like, oh, I like Yickety Yak. Okay.
Don't talk back.
Yeah, I mean, all right, I'm not listening to fucking Maroon 5 or whatever, you youngsters. I'm fucking listening to Donovan, as it turns out.
This thing had an unreported budget, and it doesn't matter what that was because it only raked $700K back in.
Oh, man, that's not good.
Not good.
No. Do you think that either of the leads had anything to do with its failure? Because, I mean, we discussed this briefly before we watched the show that SB basically had been Demolition Man. Nope.
This is where Sandra Bullock comes from.
What?
Yeah, this is the inexplicable part, is why she's prettier.
Then Tate Donovan, absolutely.
Yeah, like Tate Donovan, but Tate Donovan had already been in Memphis Belle, and that was like, you thought when you saw that movie that every one of those guys was going to be a thing, right?
Career launcher.
And
kaboom.
Not so much.
Well, Eric Stoltz had some minor success, I guess.
He was nominated for an Academy Award before he was in that movie.
That's true. Okay. Let's see here. We got Harry Connick Jr. He's selling piano apps on YouTube right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he is richer than shit, so he doesn't give two shits.
Right. He pays to be super handsome and moderately talented.
Moderately talented, my ass. That guy is a fucking brilliant musician.
I don't think he's that good.
Check out his discography, sir. Speaking of getting defensive about music, Harry Connick Jr. is an angel from heaven.
What about, wasn't Damian Lewis in
that Band of Brothers?
That
was the other one that you were like, everybody, and this is going to be something. Nobody says that about Saving Private Ryan. Everybody in Saving Private Ryan was something.
Yeah.
Vin Diesel's first thing was Saving Private Ryan.
Right.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah, Matt Damon was taking drugs, sticking the needle in between his toes and Saving Private Ryan. That was kind of a big deal.
He was Private Ryan.
Oh, that's right. That's a different movie than I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he got knocked out and tossed off a boat, and he couldn't remember who he was.
That was not Saving Private Ryan.
And so that's why Vin Diesel and The Rock have to team up to rescue him from the Germans.
And I guess we have to have levels of making it because Barry Pepper.
Barry Pepper.
We love you, Barry. We love you. We just like to throw you under the bus, too.
Right.
So Dale Launer is the director of this. This is really the only movie of note that he directed, but he did write or have a hand in writing Eddie, My Cousin Vinny, and Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
Oh,
yeah.
One of my faves.
My Cousin Vinny's kind of the big one there, though.
Yeah, that's good, but it's just not as fun as Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
Why is there a cork on the fork?
Why is there a cork on the fork?
That's just to this day. Why is there a cork on the fork? Yeah, that's it for this fucking piece of crap.
All right.
Piece of crap.
Yeah, well.
Beloved, treasured piece of Jackie nostalgia.
That made $700,000.
$700,000.
You ever notice that all the movies from my childhood that I really, really like
have one overarching theme?
They came from the discount rack. Yeah, they came from
Beastmaster.
Oh, I wasn't thinking that. I was thinking rape, because every one of these movies that you picked, they're like, I like this when I was a kid, all have a degree of rape in them. So I'm questioning your parents' influence on what you were allowed to watch when you were a child.
It was the 80s.
Oh, it was
most
okay
movies
then.
had the rape in it.
Yeah,
they did. It's just they're all in there.
And it was all just goofy.
Yeah, it's in fun though, right?
Yeah.
What festive jest? Rape.
God damn it. Yeah, it's another one of those movies. Teen Witch, Tomboy, Beastmaster.
Beastmaster.
Okay. Where are we at on Sandra Bullock right now? Let's get our pulse on society, because she was basically America's sweetheart.
Yep.
She may very well still be, but is she?
When she won the Academy Award for Blindside, she was basically the Queen of America.
She was the Queen of America, yeah. And she's laid some ducks recently. I mean, Gravity was probably the most recent thing that was quote-unquote good that she was in, and I had some serious problems with Gravity, but that fucking bird turd box, as it were.
Did you watch it?
No.
Yeah, good
you
job.
told me not to.
Yeah, don't watch it.
I watched it.
Oh, God damn it,
Ugh.
Jackie.
Yeah, that was fucking painful.
Yeah, it was awful to watch.
Where's she at?
She hasn't done shit since Bird Box.
Right, but I
Yeah.
mean, like, is
I think she's rich as fuck, Justin, and she doesn't care.
is she still America's sweetheart?
She's not the Queen of America anymore.
Not the Queen of America?
No.
But I don't think you can't look down your nose at her.
She's,
Nope, you can't.
I think you have to do a Marvel movie. Like, if you don't have a Marvel movie under your belt, you're kind of like, who are you again? At this point, I kind of think that.
Wow, I don't.
Fucking Redford's been in one. I mean, actually, Redford's been in like 3.
Yeah, Redford and William Hurt being in them at all
William and
is sort of
Hurt
like,
and-
I kind of want to tell them both to go fuck themselves.
Yeah, I think
but-
they should probably. It's
Yeah.
good, it's good time for that.
See, I would say that if Sandra Bullock, she's sort of past the point that she could jump the shark because she's had such longevity in her career.
Right.
If she does a Marvel movie, I'm taking that back. I'm like, bitch, you just jumped the shark.
Oh, she would jump the shit out of that shark if she
Yeah.
does that. But
Doing like a
I
fucking
think
rodeo flip over the shark.
I think those people at the sandwich place might be like, "Oh, that's Sandra Bullock." They've forgotten. They've forgotten about Sandra B.
The sandwich artists don't remember her?
Yeah, dude, she's kind of where you at, SB? Where you at? What you up to? This Netflix shit ain't cutting it. That's what Adam Sandler does. You fucking Adam Sandler? No, make a movie that goes to the theater.
Adam Sandler's still putting 2 in the theater every year. That
Yeah,
fucking guy.
well.
He's a machine.
Wait, what? No, he's not. What's the last Adam Sandler movie that was in a theater? He's Netflix, the Netflix guy. He had like 10 films paid up with them.
4. He did all 4 of them in like 1 year.
Yeah, right.
And then I think he did, let's see what Adam Sandler has been up to. Sir, if there was knighting in America, Adam Sandler would be
Right.
like
Oh,
the
God.
chief knight of
Oh, man.
America.
How embarrassing.
No.
That's us. Wave at the camera, everybody. We're America. He was on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah,
recently.
he just did that murder mystery shit with him and former America's sweetheart from Friends. What is her name?
Oh, Jennifer Aniston.
Jennifer
yeah, I
Aniston.
just saw that in the news, and I guess that was fucking awkward shit because they're pals, but they had to rub each other, like you know. Wow, 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 wow.
It's already on Netflix.
Yeah, and she was like, I was not happy. I did not want to oil up and rub myself up against Adam Sandler at all.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, it's always
Who the
awkward
fuck
when you're
is
actual
she?
friends.
Who the fuck is she?
Who the fuck are you to not rub up against Sandler? Just fucking Sandler. Put a pork chop over the top of it before he dry humps you. It's going to be fucking fine.
I'll put a bag over my head, thank you. I'm not chancing you taking yours off. Oh, boy. All right.
Yeah, that did premiere on Netflix, but his next one's going to theaters, and so is the one after that. So.
Okay. We'll see what happens there. Let's get into Love Potion number 9 here, guys.
Okay.
Jackie, why do you do this to us? That's my first question.
It's because there's a story about an ugly duckling that makes it.
It's not. That
When I was a kid, that's what this movie was
right,
about.
that's
to
what
me.
they tell you. And I just read a bunch of reviews on IMDb, and that's what people still think this fucking movie is. It's not Cinderella, guys. It's not even She's All That. This movie is about drug-induced rape. Period.
She tries to conquer England with GHB.
Right. It's the most dangerous thing that's ever been created is Love Potion number 8. Like, it's
Yeah.
bad. Like, if anybody got their hands on this shit, we're fucked. We're fucked. The whole planet is fucked if anybody gets their hands on this shit. Like, the CIA, could you imagine what the CIA would do with this shit? The horrors that they would enact upon people in the pursuit of national security. Oh my God, they don't even have that. I mean, they've got fucking Project MK Ultra or whatever the fuck that is, where they break into your brain and make you do things that you don't want to do, and they stick things in your butt and walking around like you're a little puppet, and you're
Yeah.
like, God damn it, I don't want to do this. But now they've just got a thing that you spray in somebody's face or your own face, and tell them to tear their dick off and shove it into fucking Gorbachev's mouth, and they'll do it
Yep, you just
with a smile.
with a smile. You just have these two people that were reading prepared statements over the television simultaneously, one woman and one man. Well, together we are one. You must now go do this.
Right. Oh, man, I didn't even think about, like, fucking state media and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck. This crap is dangerous.
Which burns my first question. How the hell did this fortune teller get a hold of this shit?
She's a gypsy.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's another Jackie running theme is, like, in all these movies, there's got to be some old Jippo.
But she has like a how? Is she ethnically a gypsy?
She's
or
not, they call her a gypsy, and she's quite stable.
she just looks like a palm reader to me. I don't know.
Well, here's the deal: is that some gypsies do establish towns.
No, then they're not gypsies.
I think isn't there an ethnicity?
Yeah, they're an
Oh, I
ethnicity.
thought if you were just a Jippo, you just wander around.
No,
Or
there
nomad.
there are two types of gypsies. There's the oh fuck, I can't remember.
There's
Good,
the nomads, and then there's an ethnic gypsy.
the pikey,
Yeah.
the pikeys, and the
And
American
the,
Jippos.
the thing is that like even in America here and in Europe, they will like come into a town and they just start buying up the properties,
Right.
and they will take over a town. It becomes a gypsy town.
That is probably horribly inaccurate. But
Yeah.
whatever.
The good news
Hey, I
is
saw it on American Gypsy Wedding.
the good news is that just like the Amish, we can make fun of the Jippos as much as we want because they'll never know.
They don't have radio. The Amish don't have the internet. Gypsies do.
Yeah,
Why would-
gypsies have the
Not
internet,
if they're
stupid.
roaming caravan owners. They're bouncing from town to town.
They have cell phones.
taking down
4G.
Bricktop, and I mean, they don't. I guess they might have cell phones.
Yeah, dude.
You're
You're going to get us killed.
the Jippos come to Staker Madness headquarters.
We're gonna
take us
lose
out.
12 listeners. Like, I like the bad movies, but I hate these people now. 'Cause that's a gypsy accent, if you were wondering.
We will be talking about bad accents later, just
Sure.
as a little preview to
Yeah.
the end of this podcast. So let's dive into this. It basically starts out with Paul being a doofus. Paul, Tate Donovan's character, he's a biochemist. He works with Sandra Bullock, whose character's name is Diane, but he's a bit of a turd when it comes to the ladies. The ladies are not interested in Paul.
Yeah, he's not even a wallflower. He's
Right.
like, he's fallen off the wall and he's just sort of wilted and laying against the floorboard.
Right. Despite being not disfigured, he's not fucking.
He's a mouth breather.
Yeah, he's a bit of a mouth breather. Tate Donovan's not a handsome, charming guy.
No, in like I swear to God, in the first 10 minutes of the movie, he does not close his mouth one time.
But
He
I
is a
don't-
mouth breather, and it's creepy and weird, and you're like,
he's got a stable job, a sweet fucking
His
apartment.
apartment is a fucking bang pad.
If he's a biochemist, he's probably pretty goddamn smart. A fairly decent Carmen Gia, nice car to drive around in, have some summer fun. I think that there's lots of women that would settle for Paul.
Settle. There's women out there batting for Paul.
Yeah, there is. Paul's not. Yeah, he's not fucking David Hasselhoff or anything, but
He's not a sandwich artist.
he's not a sandwich artist.
Which I should like.
either.
If I'm like protecting the gypsies, most of our listeners probably are sandwich artists. I'm sorry.
coming for you. And then so his buddies basically do this thing once a month where they go out and do something fun and different. Sometimes they might go bowling. Sometimes they might toss a football around in tuxedos in an alleyway. Other times they send just Paul into a gypsy woman's house, and she reads his palm and says, "Paul, you're pathetic.
there are no women in your life ever.
None. You're a virgin, aren't you?" Because he doesn't act like a virgin later, but she kind of implies that he's never been with a woman at all,
Yeah, and that there's never going to be one ever.
and there's never going to be one ever.
I mean, she even spits in his hand to make sure she's getting a correct reading, and
Mm-hmm.
she takes a photo of it, which I thought was awesome. Yeah. I'm gonna show this to my sister. Hold on.
What do you suppose the rest of the guys were doing during this whole thing? Did they also get their palms read, but you could only go one in one at a time?
Well, they're out in the parking lot crushing blush. These fucking guys. In the next scene, one of them is able to drink a Bud Dry.
Right.
And the other ones are all just enjoying a nice blush.
Yeah, a little sherry. It's cooking sherry, actually. It's got to be light.
It's like 9% light pink wine.
Right.
Franzia.
Yeah, or
Nice.
Bartles and James.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's
Cold duck. Let's not cold duck.
Cold duck. That was an actual type
Yep.
of wine?
Yeah.
I have never heard of cold duck in my life.
Cold duck. It was like $3 for a bottle
Who
of it.
fucking is a brand manager? And we've got this cheap wine. What should we call it? Cold duck. That'll sell a bunch.
Where'd you come up with that name, Pete? Yeah, that duck drank some of it, and he's dead now.
So he's a cold duck.
It's gonna fly off the shelves. Oh yes, I'll have a cold duck. No, come on, man.
The next time we go to a really high-end restaurant, that's what I'm going to do. Do you have any cold duck?
They're gonna actually bring you out a dead duck.
They're like, let me check the back, and they just come back with some Thunderbird and give you a wink.
I mean, at least Franzia sounds fancy.
Does it?
Does it?
Cold duck sounds like fucking Viper from Street Trash. I mean,
You know what? You're right. I forgot I had some Franzia at my house, and I had a woman come to my house for company. I was like, would you like some Franzia? She's like, Franzia? What is this, Paris?
Oh my God, what kind of women are you dating?
The kind that have tuberculosis in this movie.
okay. So she's like, dude, you suck so hard right now, but I've got something for you. She brings out love potion number 8. She's got this huge cabinet of all these different potions, and she brings him love potion number 8, which is in a giant bottle, but she only gives him a little bit on like a fucking
Wax paper.
Well,
yeah, joint or something.
She also says dilute this 1,000 to 1.
Right.
And he's like, I'm a biochemist. And she's like, well, then you can actually probably do this right, because nobody else fucking could.
Right.
And they all get bang raped in the alley.
Right. So we've got Sandra Bullock on the other side of this. She is supremely nerdy. They doll her up pretty good in the nerdy thing. They give her some buck teeth.
Yep.
And
See what the news reporter calls her for her job.
some fake eyebrows. What do they call her?
The monkey scientist.
The monkey psychologist.
Monkey psychiatrist.
Yeah, monkey psychiatrist.
Frumpy, bad clothes. She's got a clunker car. Like she's more homely than Paul is.
She's got zits and
Yeah.
bushy eyebrows.
Right.
She doesn't get quite as far as they go with Cameron Diaz and being John Malkovich, but it's close.
Yeah, it's pretty close. I would consider her undateable. Like, she's
Really, she was kind of doing it for me.
really wow, man.
You should see these women that enjoy the Franz.
Right.
apartment.
Okay, it's all context based for you. I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, her clothes just weren't working for me. She's dressed like an Amish woman.
Do you care about the clothes, though, once they're on the floor?
I don't know how to answer that.
I mean, if it's Versace, I should be like, you could hang that up.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But her clothes, you'd be like, on the floor. That's fine.
So he likes her. He's the only, or she's the only woman that he has any emotional interest in, as it were. But the boys are like, okay, that's cool. She's a total dork. Check out that hot babe at the bar, and I will pay you $100 if you go talk to her. And so he does, poorly.
Well, she's a fucking raging
She
bitch.
is a cold bitch.
Yeah, and she's full of shit, too.
She's also full of
she's
shit.
like, I'm a socialite. Like, yeah, then why are you down at Glenn's on a Thursday night?
Right. Drinking blush.
Yeah.
Drinking some cold duck.
She's like, I'm just doing what you guys are doing, crushing some blush. Just crush this shit. Some guy in cowboy boots that's playing pool is going to bang me in the ass later.
Right, in the bathroom.
Yeah.
That has puke on the urinal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're real up there, lady. You're fucking cosmopolitan. And then like she basically tells him to fuck off, that he's not even human trash.
Yeah.
He's sub trash. And he's like, you're right, but I still want to do you. Like, at some point, these movies have to say, you know what? Fuck you. You don't get to talk to me like that. Have some self-respect for yourself, even
Yeah.
if you're not getting boned. It's not all about getting boned. He's like, well, I'm just going to do whatever it takes and you can shit on me as long as we have sex.
Yeah.
Because she, after throwing a bunch of shade on him, she says, I will go home with you and be your sex slave if you can answer one question, who makes this shirt? Before she even got to that question, I would have been like, bitch, fuck you. Fuck off. You couldn't pay me to have sex with you right now.
Yeah.
You're a horrible, terrible person.
You should have just pulled out your wiener and peed on her.
Piss on her. Yeah. Yeah, now we're talking, Jackie. Let's get some assault going.
Yeah.
Not in the 80s.
Right. Probably not.
When she does the question thing, you just sort of get like all of a sudden like you're a fabric connoisseur and you touch it and you kind of murmur something about denier count and then go, you got this at Kmart.
Bitch. All right, so he strikes out again. On the other side of Sandra Bullock, they both go home that night to their lonely existence, even though they could be together, as the movie wants us to believe. But she goes home and gets a phone call. She gets the, hey girl, you up phone call, basically. Yeah. And she's like, yeah. And in comes Gary, who's the dad from fucking Pet Sematary. And yeah, he's also not Hasselhoff, but Gary's pretty good looking compared to Sandra Bullock's character. Yeah. I don't know why he is calling her up at 2 a.m. and be like, could we have some monkey psychiatrist sex?
Well, here's the deal. This movie was made in the 80s, and I heard the exact same pickup line multiple times.
What?
Hey, are you alone? Do you want to be?
Right. Oh, yeah. It's hey girl, you up?
Yeah, and I'm like, look, I'm already sleeping. Fuck off.
Yeah, right.
Just hang up on people, right?
I just like, dude, you must have struck out too, Gary, because you're a pretty decent looking guy. What the fuck?
But here's the deal: a guy like Gary doesn't really care.
Oh,
no, she's not gross. She's clean.
Kind of gross.
She's got a good job. She's just not beautiful enough.
Yeah, I don't think she's gonna get freaky.
She might have like a really nice vagina.
Oh, wait, I admire your vagina.
Yeah, not like nice like a fucking Cadillac. Like you give it a pump, you're like, whoa, this one's a little different. Hello. It happens.
Okay, all right. She's got a nice vagina.
They're out there.
I'd like to take that vagina home to meet my mother.
You know, I'm going to take a picture of that. Wait. Well, okay, hold
Everybody look at this vagina.
Well, you're not really getting what happens from the picture, but I'm telling you, it's great stuff.
Yeah, that is a really nice one. Okay.
Sorry.
So Paul is like, this love potion number 8 thing, I have no interest in it. He throws it away after his cat knocks over the trash, and he's like, nope, not for me. Then his cat comes back later and knocks over the trash that the love potion number 8 is in.
Which cat? Because Paul's got like 4 different cats.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I think he's only supposed to have one cat.
He's supposed to have one, but there's at least 4 different cats in this movie.
Yeah. This cat gets its hands on the love potion number 8 and starts, which then obviously cat orgy ensues.
It's even a cat orgy. It's just a cat party.
Yeah. They're got some glasses of blush and
they're
listening to some tunes,
crushing some blush. Then there's one guy in 550s that thinks he's tough and he's drinking Bud Dry.
Who the hell do these cats think they are?
Yeah. No, because I've seen a ball of cats before, and you're like, holy shit. It's something that you can't break up and you don't want to be involved with.
I don't know how he cures the cat orgy, but either way, a hooker also shows up at his door. Like, did she just randomly show up?
His friends bought her hooker.
Bought him a hooker, sent her to his house.
And then she's like, man, you got a nice stereo. You must have some other nice shit. So she goes into his bathroom and like steals his scrubbing bubbles.
And drinks some of it. Like, she just starts taking shit
and
putting it in her mouth.
Yeah.
Like, she is gross.
And she's got to, like, before I was like, oh my God, they got him a hooker with strep. But as the movie goes, she just like keeps this constant like horn cough going. Right. She's got tuberculosis.
Yeah, she's got consumption, man.
She's got TB.
Yeah.
You gotta do something
Gotta
about
get that checked out, hooker lady. I guess they probably don't have good health coverage. Let's have some hooker talk because, as we all know, none of us know shit about hookers.
Nothing.
Do we think that this is the type of hooker that comes to your door? Like,
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
She's got tuberculosis.
I don't, because in all the other movies, you drive down to the red light district and you got the lineup of the hookers and you go and you get them in their car and then you murder them and put them in your trunk later. I would think that, like doctors that come to your house, house calls, I think that they'd be nice, upper end, like, maybe a few $100.
I'm thinking that this is what happened. His friends left the bar, saw her on the street corner, offered her $100. Okay, 50.
Okay.
30.
Yeah, maybe 30.
$30. And
She's got tuberculosis, Jackie.
Yeah, gave her the address, right? The pimp drives her over there.
Uh-huh.
She's like, well, I've been here for 45 minutes. I got to go.
Right. So she is a streetwalker.
Oh, yeah.
Not a...
They're not going to pay high end for him.
Yeah.
I have questions about that because she's got a boyfriend. I think she's just a really, New Jersey dresser.
Oh.
And they're like, you're a hooker. And she's about to slap him. And then she sees the $30.
Right.
And she's like, I'll go rob your friend for $30, you fucking morons.
Yeah, she may not even be a hooker at all.
Yeah.
I like that theory. She's the best character in this fucking movie.
Yes.
Absolutely.
No, the funniest jokes in this movie revolve around her and then just extras being extras.
Right.
Oh, the gypsy was my favorite.
Oh, actually, no, the chimpanzee fucking the box.
Oh, yeah.
That's
We'll get to that. That's Anne Bancroft of Mrs. Robinson fame.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Cuckoo Chew, The Graduate.
She was The Graduate?
I've never seen The Graduate.
What? Uh-oh.
Okay.
Uh-oh. I'm deleting all the episodes. We have no business talking about film. Jackie's never seen The Graduate. Jesus Christ. It's like saying, I've never seen Lawrence of Arabia or
I hadn't seen that either before I met you.
Saving Private Ryan.
I wasn't impressed with that one.
Or
My Life in Pink. Wait, nobody's seen that but me.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, well, we'll have to take care of that for you, Jackie. The Graduate is a very important movie.
She was also married to Mel Brooks for most of her life.
Anne Bancroft was? I did not know that.
He's a widower now, but
Yeah.
apparently him and Carl Reiner just hang out and eat soup all the time.
Right. So Paul, because of the cat orgy, now knows that love potion number 8 works. He found the paper with the milk on it and puts 2 and 2 together. So he takes love potion number 8 to work and is like, so, Diane, got this thing because I'm horribly lonely and nobody likes me. So I went to a Jippo and got some magic potion, and I want you to take a look at it. And she's like, okay. How did that conversation ensue where he says, I'm desperately lonely, so I got a magic potion?
Yeah. He kind of danced around that.
Yeah, right.
It was for his cat.
Mm-hmm.
My lonely cat.
Yeah. I thought I was getting catnip. Instead, I've got little fucking ecstasy for him.
He's like, do you have a lonely cat? She's like, no, I got a guy that has a Porsche and comes over and bangs me every night. So
I have a nice vagina. It's very friendly. Hello.
Polite. Thank you.
I'm American, but my vagina is Canadian.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Or it's in a frat. Please, sir, may I have another?
Okay. So she gives it to the lady chimp that they have. Let's test it out on these chimpanzees we got that are wearing people clothes for some reason.
One of them's getting married and the other one is a farmer.
Right?
Yep. It's super cute.
It's like American Gothic of chimpanzees.
But one's like in a wedding dress and the other one's like, I got to tend to this field later.
And it makes the male chimp bust through the fucking wall, a Kool-Aid Man, and runs over to the cage that the lady chimp has ran into in fear, and then it starts just fucking humping, air humping.
Mm-hmm.
It is hilarious.
Yeah.
Is it intentionally
Yes.
hilarious? Did they deliver this properly?
This is a tragedy of this film, as this is a very well delivered, and this is the film's set piece, really. Nothing's more expensive in this movie.
Pretty much.
Because it's animal handling.
Uh-huh.
There was actual special effects with a wall.
Right.
So, they did this right. It's just nothing else was. But this is hilarious.
Oh, man. His little face while he's humping the air just the biggest shit-eating grin.
The
And
camera-
he is going to fucking town.
Yeah, the camera placement was fantastic.
Yeah, it's hilarious. But he humps the air so hard that he passes out.
Yeah, he gives it to the side of this cage, and then he tuckers out and has to take a nap.
Yeah, because I guess they gave the lady unconcentrated, or I mean, not diluted.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, they just rub it on her lips.
Yeah, so
And then-
she's got the full dose, which she's not supposed to,
Yep.
which makes people go nuts.
It makes men uncontrollable, or it makes the same sex hate you and the opposite sex desire you uncontrollably.
For 4 hours, if they can hear you say something or make noise, you move your vocal cords in some way. It
Yeah.
affects your auditory stuff that shoots chemicals in your brain.
Basically, it's like whisper ecstasy.
Mm-hmm.
You get the somebody's like, "Hey, buddy," and then you're like, "Oh my god," and you're fucked up for like 4 hours.
4 hours. And then after the 4 hours are over, you are clean. You have no emotional attachment to that person at all.
Or if they rob you, you're like, "Fuck me."
Right. So they decide it's time to test it on people, and the only people that they can test it on is themselves. But in order to accurately do these testing, all of the scientific method, nope, they split up for 3 weeks. Because if they both are on the juice and they hear each other, then they're just going to bang each other and not get any actual sciencing done, which sciencing is just banging other people.
In this case, yes, science is world domination and rape.
Yep.
Well, getting free shit.
And getting free shit and just being generally horrible.
So I'm going to burn one of my questions right now.
Please do.
If you had this love potion number 8 power,
Mm-hmm.
would you use it for good or evil?
Well, let's clarify. Is it just the power, or do we have love potion number 8?
You have love potion number 8.
I would destroy it instantly. It is too dangerous, period. Not even for me to use. It's too dangerous. Now, if I just had the great superpower debate and had love potion number 8 and I couldn't just get rid of it, that's my powers. I have the powers of love potion number 8. I'd probably blend it. I would do what she did, get out of tickets. And then, like, probably go to Capitol Hill and be like, give us better health care, guys.
They're all men, though, so you'd be like,
Oh, fuck.
They would
Shit,
hate you.
They would hate me. See, it's too dangerous.
And what's her face, Cortez? She'd be like, "I love you," and you're like, "You are hot." Well, stop it. But I already agree with you on most of this stuff, so this doesn't help at all.
Right.
But absolute power, absolutely corrupts absolutely, or whatever. So let's do it, lady. You and me. I'm a rapist now.
Oh, good. Sam, just, I'm not going to paraphrase what you just said because I think it's the Secret Service comes after you.
No. You go, well, no, if you got it's the same thing that happens to him in this movie. You just don't leave sororities ever.
Right. So that's what you would do, Sam? You would also follow Tate
Oh,
Donovan's
no,
path?
I'd try to do the right thing, and then I'd see a volleyball team, and it would be over.
The Swedish bikini
Then
team.
all of a sudden, I'm the evilest man on the planet. You're like, oh, it's a volleyball team.
But guys.
You're like, you have the power to, I don't know what, really, but it's a volleyball team.
I'm kind of with you, Sam. Like Magic Mike, cast and crew. I'd be like, yeah.
You could have England, Jackie.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I could have England, and I would.
No, it's too goddamn dangerous.
Yeah. No, it's the ultimate power of suggestion. It's what in comic books, that's almost always like the most evil supervillain that is able to do the most damage.
The fucking
has
Purple
this,
Man.
Has
The
this power.
Fucking Purple Man.
Yeah.
And if anybody is familiar with Jessica Jones, if they watched that show, that's the entire thing. He kidnaps her mind, and she has to deal with the repercussions of that mentally for the rest of her life.
Yeah.
Of being a prisoner of her mind.
Emma Frost does it when she's the most powerful
Yeah.
villain in the X-Men.
Yeah.
Mysterio does it to Spider-Man. I mean,
Kind of.
Kind of.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Mysterio had a good run of really good suggestion for a while there, I thought.
Yeah, I liked the Mysterio that put on the luchador mask and then did the backflips
That's
on the guys'
good.
heads.
Yeah.
That's my favorite Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio
Rey
Jr.
Mysterio Jr. Speaking of Mysterio, did you guys see the new poster for Spider-Man Far From Home?
No.
It's terrible. I mean, it's seriously like it's just frames of people in the movie that are cut out, photoshopped out, like line cut out, and pasted over just this terrible backdrop. Like, I mean, it seriously looks like Miss Lippy fucking put this together for 8th grade class.
With paste?
With paste. It looks awful. I don't think I've ever seen a worse movie poster that's probably cost $200,000 to put together.
We're up to 3 Adam Sandlers in this show already.
Right, exactly. Oof. All right, so so her evil, diabolical plan also is her car insurance has been canceled, so she goes to Progressive Insurance headquarters.
She marches all the way up the chain of auto insurance and gets insurance to her Cavalier bag.
Right.
Not any point, because you've just done something that's completely unethical.
Yeah.
And the reason that you've been...
She didn't even bother to, like, call Allstate. Hey, can you guys insure me? No, she just goes and cheats.
And the reason that she's been ticketed so many times for her car is because it won't run if she doesn't keep her foot off the gas. So it's like, this is dangerous.
Yeah, right.
Fix your fucking car.
Right.
If you're going to be evil, go to a mechanic and make him fix it for fucking free.
Hey, boys.
Or go to the auto dealership and fuck them out of like a Cadillac or something.
I've got a nice vagina. Can I have a nice car to match it?
Once you don't need, if you've got the love potion, you don't...
Yeah, you don't need to flash that baby around.
Yeah.
You're just
Oh,
going
she
to
just
get a
likes
car.
to tell everybody. If I had a nice penis that was friendly and charming, I would tell everybody my penis is very friendly and charming.
It's got a monocle.
I'd let it do the talking. I wouldn't even bother. Just walk around with my cock out all the time. Hello.
Man, that penis is nice.
You're under arrest, though.
Yeah, right. Okay, so also one of the rules that happens here, and dude, just avoid this. If you can't go there and get this right, just avoid it completely. But on her way up the food chain to the vice president of auto insurance or whatever, she meets a gay man and slings her shit on him. And guess what? He fucking falls in love with her.
It works because of the way they explained the science earlier. It isn't your sexuality. It's that the female voice and the male voice affect the hearing hair differently.
So she uses conversion therapy.
She uses mouth drugs.
She ungays a gay man.
Well, the purple man could do it to him too. So there you go.
She's fucking Mike Pence's wet dream.
Mike Pence's wet dream is another man naked.
Yes, it is. Yeah, I think that you just steer clear here. Like, why are we even doing this scene with a gay man getting GHB vocalized? Let's just steer clear of it.
Well, and it's just, he's listening to the YMCA. There's men with their shirts off,
In
taped
his
all over
cubicle,
his cubicle.
right.
Yeah.
Hey, guess what? The ladies and gentlemen that you work with don't get to do that on their cubicle.
No,
I'm pretty sure that your boss would be like, why do you have a fireman taped up to your wall? Take that shit down. We're a professional office.
Yeah, I don't get Baywatch posters.
And the implicit thing here, and I don't even know if it's symptomatic or implicit, is that she actually is at the glass ceiling. Because everyone in clerical is either a woman or gay.
Right.
And everybody that works upstairs is a man who was an asshole.
Right.
Thanks, 80s.
This is 92, Jackie. This is 2016.
Well, it was the fault of the 80s,
Yeah,
90s.
it's very 80s mentality, but fuck. It's probably still happening everywhere. So she goes outside and runs into Adrian Paul. And he falls in love with her.
Yeah.
The fucking Highlander.
The Highlander.
Oh, he's such a handsome guy.
Is he really?
Yeah.
He's kind of a doofus, Jackie.
He's handsome.
Yeah, I think that most women find him outrageously handsome.
Well, he's buff, but
He's got great hair.
Swarthy.
he's got hair.
His hair looks like he uses Pantene.
Yeah. Okay, maybe Adrian Paul is the hot stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's hot.
All right.
That in the show, you'd think that he has love potion number 8. Because if you ever watch Highlander the series, women cannot stay off of his penis.
No.
It is incredible.
So he falls in love with her, gives her a diamond necklace, and is like, I guess he's rich or something, and is like, come with me to the governor's ball.
Yeah.
He owns a car company in Italy.
Oh, then he's super rich. Unless it's Fiat, and then he's not. at all.
He's the richest guy on the fucking planet,
No,
apparently.
because then he's Lee Iacocca, because Chrysler owns Fiat, Sam.
I thought Fiat owned Chrysler.
Maybe
I thought
it's that way.
It's
Okay,
the other
then
way
yeah.
around.
Okay.
Fiat's big.
Fiat owns, they don't make good cars. At least they didn't in 1992.
They did not in 1992. Actually, the worst was around that 83 Spider.
Yeah.
The sharp one.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Woof.
Yeesh.
She doesn't have any formal clothes for the governor's ball, so it's makeover time. And she gets the full, we don't get to go on that journey with her, unfortunately. I like makeover montages in a shitty way. They're like training montages. I just like montages.
Yeah, if the movie's warrants it, and this thing should have really been about 4 lines and 18 montages.
Yeah, right.
Just play freeze frame over again.
Yeah.
Over and over again. Fuck it.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
And maybe sneak Eye on the Tiger in there, even though it doesn't fit. But, it's fun.
Paul could have had like a boxing scene.
Yeah, right.
And then he's like
right.
shadow boxing, and his cat's shadow boxing next to him.
Oh, yeah.
I should write this movie.
And the cat's doing crunches with big barrels of hay because it doesn't have the finances that the Russian fighter does.
And you find out that there actually is just 4 cats and not 4 different cats pretending to be the same one.
Right.
So he's got like a basketball team, him and 4 cats.
Right. Sports
Part of
training
the
montage.
Yeah.
Done. So she goes to the governor ball, and I guess the governor knows
The Prince of England.
the Prince of fucking England. That's a stretch.
Yes.
I don't think the Prince of England fucking cares about the governor's ball. But he's there.
Well, if he's on a state visit, he might go.
Meet the governor.
You're the governor of New York.
You're the governor. Ugh. I guess if it's Schwaz, right? You want to meet the governor. Doesn't
Yeah, you
matter.
want to meet the governor.
Yeah.
You probably, depending on who you are, probably you're not the Prince of England, but certain people would have wanted to meet Ventura.
Yeah, probably. Nobody wants to. The Prince of England is not coming to the Idaho governor's ball.
Yeah.
No.
Sorry, Brad Little. You nobody gives a shit.
I was going to really throw a governor of another state under a bus, but I don't know any of them because they're not the governor of my state, and why should I care? And that's why no one would show up.
Right, exactly. The only ones I know are running for president right now, so they don't really count.
Yeah, you know who shows up at the governor's parties? Like the head of the Steer Traders Association.
Yeah, exactly.
So that he can fucking grease some wheels.
Right. Not the Prince of England who would actually just be on a yacht someplace oiling up ladies.
Mm-hmm. But himself under 12 umbrellas because he's quite pasty.
Yeah.
He burns very easily. Quite cloudy in England.
I think it should be noted that the Prince of England's name is Prince Geoffrey, but it's spelled in the Joffrey manner.
Joffrey.
He is Prince Joffrey.
Do not take a walk in the garden.
Yes. Hello.
And he is blonde as well.
And his father and mother were brother and sister. That didn't get
No.
exposed in this film, but it would have been sweet.
Oh, yeah. It would have. And then his cousin has dragons. Or something.
Nope, that's not it.
No, they're cousins if you go back far enough.
So everybody is, too.
The Targaryens got their dicks in everybody if you go into the prequels.
No, they just got into each other. They were also inbreeders.
They were, but
Right.
the ones that they were like the cast-offs of the Targaryen family was like, go follow the rest of humanity.
And I also thought that the Targaryens came from Essos,
Yeah.
and the Starks are descendants of the first men, so they're not related in any way.
No, I think that Starks are why they give the bad luck is because the Targaryens could never get the fingers in the punch over there.
Fingers in the punch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's fingers in the punch?
It's nothing.
Like fruit
Well,
punch?
like, you get the fingers in the pie, but like that doesn't necessarily ruin it. If you put your hand in punch, no one wants to drink that. So that's what the Targaryens were doing, was just like taking their unwashed poo hands and putting it in the party punch of life.
God damn it, we're Starks. We gotta drink that shitty punch.
Like, no, don't drink that. They got their poop hands in it. Let's drink this beer instead.
Let's move to the north. Okay.
It's cold enough here that they're just not going to fuck off. Right?
Yeah, the punch freezes, so we can't put our hands in it. Or they
Like-
can't put their hands in it.
They just show up, take off their gloves, see an ice cube, and go, foiled!
Oh my God.
A song of fire and ice. It's all just about poop hands. Okay, so Paul is now taking potion number 9, as obviously, and goes to the bar where fashion lady still at. She's so well-to-do. And
She's such high society that she's back down at Glenn's knockaround on Tuesday, ready to get banged by the last guy there.
it's taco night. It's all you can eat tacos.
She's the taco. She does not have a nice vagina.
No, her vagina's a bitch. So he's like, hey, baby, now I'm using. And she's like, oh, do me right here and now. And he's like, talk to the hand.
This is the only person that he basically, in all of the people he basically violates.
Right.
This is the only time you're like, no, this is the only person you do this to.
Yeah, the person.
Everybody else
horrible.
you don't do this to.
Yeah,
Actually,
this is
you still don't do it.
You still don't do it to her. You just
this
tell
is
her
revenge fuck time.
that. Yeah.
Or you just don't talk to her. It's not worth your fucking time. If you're, you're a tiny person. If you have to go back and talk to this lady and be like, you can't have me now.
Exactly. Because your chance was to tell her that her shirt came from Kmart.
Right.
And then take a shot in front of her and wink and walk off.
Yeah, you gotta lay down some dis.
If you took it the one time, you're not going to win the next battle either. Just fuck off forever.
Yeah.
She was right about you.
And eventually the whole thing's gonna wear off and she's gonna be like, that guy fucking sucks. I'm going to find him. And she's the type of lady that would pull a fucking bobbit. She'd chop his dick off. He would be sleeping, and she'd break into his apartment, and whack, whack, gone. You don't do this.
She'd show up and marry the head of the corporation that he works for and get him fired.
Right.
And then turned into like a wanderer of the earth.
Yeah.
He'll never work in any town again.
Or she plants some evidence on his computer of maybe a little child pornography, and then he goes to prison for the rest of his
She
life.
doesn't do any of this. She buys her shirts at Kmart's and she hangs down at Glenn's every night.
Right.
She's just a bitch.
Yeah. No, she sucks. Then Paul goes on a rampage of drug-induced rape.
He fucks an entire sorority.
He
Yes.
fucks an entire sorority in a night.
It's like, what do we think Paul is, 30 and he's supposed to be about 30?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So he's like, okay, well, now that I've got how this works figured out, why bother with the whole changeover?
Uh-huh.
I'm just going to go be evil right up front. I'm going directly to the sorority first.
He is a 30-year-old virgin who fucks an entire... He loses his virginity right here.
And he also goes on pledge week, so he's not just nailing every girl in the sorority. It's like some that aren't even going to make it in, too.
Right. And, that's the whole age thing.
He's going for raw numbers of 18 to 21-year-old girls.
Yeah.
All at once.
To the accompaniment of goofy music, so it's okay.
Yeah, and the other thing
Is it? That's an actual piece of music.
Oh, I thought during the rampage it was like
Benny Hill.
No.
Yeah, they did a lot of public domain classical music to
Yeah,
save
they
some
did.
cash in this, but
Yeah.
yeah,
just hired me apparently.
I don't want your stupid booty song.
and beyond the sort of disgustingness of his act, the movie is also telling us that some guy that's never had sex is actually going to be able to take down a whole sorority.
Right.
No, he creamed his pants when he walked through the door. He just looked around once and was like, okay, this
And I have to go home now.
I feel dirty.
The guilt. Crushing
The guilt. And I didn't even touch anybody.
My guilt is crushing me. I must go crush some blush.
He's going to crush some blush. Bob, come over. I'm going to crush some blush. All right, hold on. I'm going to tell my wife. Are you going to crush some blush, Bob? Yeah, I'm going to crush. Say it loud, Bob. Say it like you mean it. I'm going to go over to Paul's and crush some blush. Yeah, you are, because you're a fucking asshole and a bitch. I'm going to sit here and drink whiskey like a real man and I'm a woman. Fuck off.
I'm leaving you.
I would leave you, but I own this house. You just won't leave me, even though I've been telling you to.
I got no place else to go.
Other than Paul's, so go over there and crush some blush forever. That took a strange turn. One of these nights we're going to have a crush some blush party. Other than the fact that you can't do it because it doesn't taste good.
You drunk yet? Not even close.
Not even close, and I am so full of wine right now. I am not drunk and I am full.
I gotta go crush some toilet. All right, so Gary swings by Sandra Bullock's place, Diane's place, and she can't come to the door because the Prince of England is banging her in her apartment. And he's in love with her and wants to marry her. She's going to be a princess. She has drug her way into royalty.
Whereas he's just gone on a rape spree. She's gone for world domination.
Yes.
Well, that's the difference between men and women.
Maybe.
I got a weird thing here that we could have skipped over. But eventually, her and Gary meet up at the police station. Why are they at the police station?
She's there banging cops. He's there because he got arrested for banging sorority chicks.
Yeah, and he called her to bail him out.
How did he get arrested for banging sorority chicks?
Because the 4 hours ran out, Justin, and he woke up.
Oh, he said that it was because there's a panty raid law.
What?
Yeah, panty raid law. Not getting caught at a sorority when you're 30 with drugs.
Right.
Which is real illegal.
Super.
Like, not 18 will get you 27. That's like consecutive life counts.
Unless you are a wrestler for Stanford. Then you just get probation.
Yeah, or a football player at Baylor.
Yeah.
Well, we don't want to ruin their chances at life.
Right, yeah. No, those athletes deserve to have unlimited access to nice vaginas without permission and drugs. Okay.
Yeah, we're all like, I hope you get hit by a bus.
Fun talk. So Prince Joffrey invites Paul to a party where they both juice up now.
Yeah.
They're on the juice and they're going, it's like the art gallery party. And she's charming all the men and Prince Joffrey loves her. And Paul just went out and found the biggest boob lady he can.
Yeah, casting didn't do good here.
No,
it was like,
she does not.
She's got
She's out
big
of place.
boobs, but
She also looks like she shops at the same place that the TB hooker does.
Right.
I'm like, oh, that is not an outfit that you wear to an art gallery opening.
She is way out of place.
I thought that Prince Joffrey was like, your friend brought a hooker to the art gallery.
Right. So she leaves with the Prince of England, and Paul is now super jelly. He's like, "What? Oh, dude! It turns out, oh yeah, I forgot I liked her when I was raping all those people. But now I'm kind of bored with raping people, so I want to fall in love because this is the fucking rom-com formula." Blah. So they go and meet in the park, and she tells him that Prince Joffrey has proposed to her, and he's like, "Well, hold on, lady, we once went on a date." And she's like, "Oh,
That was a date?
I thought it was just lunch where we talked about chimp psychology." He's like, "No, I wanted to bang."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Okay, well, it turns out I did too." So they go and have a fucking week-long love affair.
And then she's acting like she's never been on a date, but Gary comes and bangs her 3 or 4 times a week.
Right.
Like, you can only have it, like, you can be sad about one thing or another, but like, you have a boyfriend, he's a dickhead, but that's just the way it is. Like, own it or don't.
Right.
Own it or get out of it.
Yeah. So they fall in love or whatever.
In a week.
And he's going to...
They were always in love.
Yeah, sure, whatever. He's going to propose to her, and he goes up to her apartment, and she's not there. And he looks everywhere. He can't find her, but eventually she calls him and tells him that she's in love with Gary.
Yeah.
What? And he's like, "Dude, not cool, bro." And he looks and sees a suspicious snake ring on Gary's finger.
So Gary's like a Lord of the Rings villain. All of a sudden, he has a pinky ring with a snake eating its own tail and ruby eyes.
Yeah.
This is like Indiana Jones Nazi bat.
It's pretty weird.
And you're like, he's just Gary.
He's just a bang guy.
And he's like, so he works at a car lot, right?
I think
or something?
so. Something. It doesn't matter.
Something. He drives a Porsche. He's just bang guy, right?
Yeah, he's just bang guy.
So Why the fuck does Gary want her so bad?
That's what my problem has been the whole time. She was frumpy as shit, and Gary's got a Porsche, and he's like, "Oh, you're the fucking one? What?"
So
Gary
what
wants the
movie
lady at the bar.
tells us is that Gary loves her more than anything on earth.
Exactly.
Because he went to amazing lengths to figure out what this guy did and beat him at his own game. Paul's a dickface and Gary's not that bad. He just has a nice car and he drinks a lot and stays out late and then likes to leave after he bangs you. But ultimately, he loves the shit out of you.
Right, he does. He absolutely does. Ugh.
Wow, that is not romance.
No, none of this is romance, Jackie. This is a movie about rape.
It's about GHB.
Yeah.
No, it's not even GH because GHB just knocks you out. For the most part.
Yeah, it's mind control rape. It's
Worse.
None of it is romantic. Ooh, oh, it's not the fucking Romeo and Juliet suite. Jesus, Jackie.
It was the Nutcracker suite a couple of times.
Was, yeah.
It's cracking my nuts. So Paul's like, all right, fuck that shit. He's a bad guy. I gotta sabotage that relationship. I'm gonna fuck your shit up, Paul. Or Gary. Paul and Gary.
He's like, I'm in love with her more because I've been working with her for a year or so. We fucked for a week. Gary has been dating her for 10 years.
10 years.
And went to the greatest lengths to keep her. Gary loves her.
Gary loves her.
You just like the ass.
The nice vagina. But Gary's like, no, you can't talk to her anymore, Paul. And she's like, yeah, so I can't talk to you, Paul. You suck. Paul goes home, and the hooker is there. And she's trying to break in to steal his stereo. But she comes in. She's like, hey, can I use your crapper? And he's like, sure, might as well. All the other hookers do, too, you tuberculosis-ridden weirdo. And she goes in there and starts digging through his cabinets, and she finds the love potion number 8 and thinks it's like Banaka.
She can't tell if it's perfume or breast spray, so
Right.
she tries both.
All right. So now she's got the love potion number 8 going on. And she goes out and slings her shit on Paul, and he's like, "Durr."
She's like, oh, cool, it worked, because I was about to hit that rubber cement. I was going to draw a mustache on myself with that permanent marker and huff some of your rubber cement, because you have that.
You got any gold paint?
Yeah.
It's sad, but because it's destroying a human being, and all human beings are precious, and it rots your minds. But I do think it's hilarious when the bums have gold paint on their face.
Oh my God.
It's kind of comedy. They look like little clowns.
Yeah, no, I think that was the only thing I liked about Fury Road was they all got high by fucking huffing silver paint.
They look silly.
We're like, yeah, we're jacked on paint.
Okay, so she convinces him to give her his super nice hi-fi system, and then she bails, and he realizes at the end of that 4 hours that she's got the love potion number 8. He doesn't have it anymore. He can't fight Gary's evilness with his own evilness. So what's he gonna do? He calls in the boys. That's what he's gonna do.
Yeah, so does he goes and gets the love potion number 9 though first.
Yeah, from the gypsy.
Right, yeah.
So this is the point where what really would have happened by this juncture is that evil is spreading through the entire town like mad.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I need love potion number 9. And she's like, Batman already came and got it, and I think Lucius Fox is going to synthesize it and spread it through the air before my other potion takes over the entire Earth.
Yep. This town needs a Batman.
This
It ain't
town
Paul.
needs an enema.
That's also Batman, Jackie.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know, it's Prince's Batman.
I think that it should be called that now. Prince's Batman. Tim Burton's like, fuck you, Jackie.
Fuck you! That is not Princess Batman! The Bat Dance sucks! So does 1989's Batman. I hate to tell everybody, it kind of isn't very good.
It's Princess Batman.
It's Princess Batman. Okay, so he brings the boys in for the plan. And his plan... Oh, my gentle Jesus. His plan is to have them pin Sandra Bullock to the ground while he shoves love potion number 9 in her face and then forces her to swallow it, and then he's going to force kiss her.
Yeah, it's a classic smash and grab.
Yeah, with the
OJ
lady.
landed 9 years for this same plan.
Yeah, with the
OJ
lady.
landed 9 years for this same plan.
Yep, pretty much. Well,
Only he was just trying to get some of his shit back, which is, I think, what Paul is thinking he's doing
yeah,
here.
that's
but
my
he's
shit.
gone into psychosis, and he needs professional help and probably to be jailed.
Yeah, oh man, so many crimes is a part of his plan, but I guess he doesn't care about crime. They could have just done a smash and grab. They could have had like some fucking Danny Ocean shit and gone into fucking Gary's place and stole up potion number 8 back.
Yeah.
That would have been fun. Like
It
some
would've-
Mission Impossible stuff, you know. You got the tripwire thing or the dangly thing that you
Yeah.
lay flat on. You can't touch the ground, and there's lasers everywhere, and you got to like do backflips, and you get Catherine Zeta-Jones' butt to go through them, and all that sort of stuff. They don't do that.
No, well,
he's
these-
just like pin this woman down and force liquid down her throat.
Yeah, but they got 3 blush crushers and one guy who drinks Bud Dry. They couldn't pull it off. It would work out like Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner and Gary's the Roadrunner.
Right. And the rest of them just end up with a piano on their head.
Yeah.
Okay. So they're not on board. They're like, Gary, dude, or Paul, whichever one you are, you suck so hard. Why are we friends with you? Oh yeah, you got amazing taste in blushing crushing. But then the hooker comes in and she needs more love potion number 8. She's used it all up, and they all get potioned because they hear her speak. So now they're like in love with the hooker. They give her all their money and stuff, and then 4 hours later they're like, dude, I was totally not in love with that hooker, but I was.
Yeah, so
We got potioned.
they're like, oh my God, rape is horrible. It's worse when it happens to your mind.
Yeah.
And now they're ready to pull a classic smash and grab.
Yeah. So they rush over to Diane's place, and she's not there because they find out she's about to get married. Got to get down to the church and stop that shit.
But they got a bridesmaid now.
Hey, she doesn't know what we're
I know.
talking about, Sam. Hey, let's just do Wayne's World 2. Remember that scene in Wayne's World 2 where Cassandra's getting married? Jackie, he's at the top of the stairs going, Cassandra!
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's The Graduate.
You've kind of already seen it.
Yeah.
It sucks that you saw the second one first.
Right.
Okay.
The only thing is, I don't know what the character's name, the female in... I don't know what Dustin Hoffman's character's name is in The Graduate.
Yeah.
Billy?
Well,
It doesn't matter. I haven't seen it. Let's just move on.
Billy, are you trying to seduce me?
stop looking at me, Swan.
What?
4 Adam Sandlers, Billy.
That's a nice piece of shit.
5.
All right, so...
Do you eat pieces of shit for breakfast? You're gross.
All right, so then they give her pal to give Sandra Bullock love potion number 9 in her champagne glass. And the rule is that if she and Paul drink out of the same glass and then kiss within 5 minutes, or kiss 5 minutes later, she's going to either love him forever or hate him, whatever she felt before.
Yeah.
But that gets railroaded by Gary, who comes in there and is like, "Oh yeah, I'll drink that." So they both fucking drink it, and they kiss, which means that she loves him.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also, Gary's magic only works on her.
How's that?
None of the other women in that room give 2 shits about Gary.
Yeah.
Whoopsie.
That's Diane's husband. Isn't he wonderful? No, he sucks. You guys don't like him,
But he's better than Paul.
right?
Well, at least Paul shows up to events. He's just not a night guy.
Nightman. Gary's
Gary
Nightman.
is the Nightman. Oh boy! All right, so the rules have been broken as far as potion number 9, so we can just skip to the end, pretty much. Anyways, Paul gets checked out, but the hooker shows up and she potions Gary, and Gary's like, "I love you, hooker," and she's like, "Wait, what? Give me that love potion number 8, motherfucker! You got the whole big bottle." And Gary's like, "Oh, dang it!" But then the potion 9 kicks in.
Yeah.
And he doesn't love the hooker.
He still loves her.
He still loves
Gary
Diane.
truly loves her.
Right. Well, the hooker takes a giant glob of love potion number 8, non-diluted, max dose shit, and things get a little out of hand. She goes into the wedding and is like, she does her tuberculosis cough, and people fucking lose their shit.
Yeah.
The women are like, "You whore," and they're throwing shit at her, and
They're gonna kill her. They're gonna tear her limb from limb, and the men might also tear her limb from limb.
Yeah.
while putting their penis in places.
Yeah. Men with mullets are ripping their ties off.
So they chase her down the streets of New York into a police station. Like hundreds of men are chasing this woman rabidly.
There's a couple up front that are actually hump running.
Yes, they
and
are.
they're pretty funny.
They are pretty funny. Like they have mullets too.
Yeah. There's like some, and they've done that like where you cut a sweater into a t-shirt that's a belly t-shirt. And then they've got like mullets and jeans and they're hump running. Like, you guys are awesome. I would never hang out with you.
You guys suck so bad. It looks great on film if you're somebody who likes ironic comedy. So they chase her down to a police station. The cops are there lined up with fucking shotguns, and they're going to shoot all these people that are chasing this woman without asking any questions first. Like, it's really strange. There's hundreds of people, and the cops have got shotguns, and they're ready to blow a couple away. I think those cops are going to get murdered. Like, this is the breaking point. This fucking right here, they shoot these people, man. New York City's going to burn down. We're going to have LA 1992, which this is 1992. It's just going to happen in New York, and there's not going to be any Rodney King violence. And the world's going to be a better place.
Other than the disaster in New York.
Yeah, other than that.
The only person that can stop it is Batman.
And Batman. But Batman's been... he's got the poison ivy. He breathed in the poison ivy stuff, so he's got love potion number 9 too.
Oh,
just
boy.
a different version of it. And he's like, "Arr." And Robin's in the fucking Batcave jerking off because he's a kid, you know.
Yeah, he found the internet.
Right.
He went into the bit
on
like,
the Bat computer.
wow, this has access. What's the internet? It was
Lucius Fox has to come over and pry him away from the Bat computer.
He's like, Bruce, have you seen your internet usage? Like, this is a lot of gigabits. Yeah. Like a lot.
I think you need to have a talk with that kid.
I can tell you exactly where it's coming from, and he's gotten to the point where he's running 4 screens at once.
Right. Virtual reality. Okay, so Paul plugs his ears while she runs in the hooker, and that frees him up to sneak out of the police station and bashes his handcuffs off the chair and races back to the wedding, kisses Diane. I guess it's too late because the wedding's over. The wedding's done.
They're still married.
They're fucking
And
married.
she kissed him, so by the rules, she loves him.
She loves him, and they are married. Right,
ready.
Jackie? Do you have any, like, they're married.
they're married. I mean, if you find the priest fast enough, you can stop him from mailing in the certificate, which means that the marriage is null and
Well,
void.
the priest is chasing down the hooker.
Right?
So technically, no, they're not married because they never did get married because the priest never married him.
They never, man and wife. Man and wife.
Yeah,
we learned that
then-
from Princess Bride.
You got to sign the paper at the end.
Gotta say
That's
man
the,
and wife.
The rest of it doesn't matter, just the paper at the end.
Yeah, pretty much.
And the priest wasn't there to sign the paper.
Yeah, so they're not married. Jackie's right. But they still love each other.
They still love each other.
But, it turns out maybe she doesn't. I don't know, because she comes running out 6 minutes later and loves Paul.
Yeah.
And they live happily ever after.
Then Gary comes out and he's like, 3-way?
Any chance at a 3-way?
And they're like, all right.
Yeah, why not?
'Cause,
My name.
yeah.
Join in. London Bridge is on our way. The hooker realizes that she can make the Horde do whatever she wants.
And this is when we really need Batman.
We have now got an official supervillain in this movie.
Yes.
And her last line is, all right, time to do some magic. What is she going to do?
There's a chance that she's got half of the eastern seaboard under control by the middle of the end credits.
Do you think she's a hooker with tuberculosis, Sam? Do
Yeah.
you think she's qualified to be Lex Luthor?
Qualified, no, but she's going to give it a shot.
She's going to give it a go.
Yeah.
Well, she's going to be sparkly while she does it, though, because if you notice, like, she really likes the bling.
She's very sequiny.
Yes.
Okay, so that goes right into my first question. How long do we have until mutually assured destruction?
Without Batman, 3 days?
3 days. I was going to say a week before the world explodes.
Yeah, Yeah.
Like war is coming. That's the thing. Is it's not just people fall in love with you. People also fucking hate you.
And that there's a point where on one continent she's taking over.
Mm-hmm.
She has a sea of slaves. To anyone not affected by this, you're now going to have to treat these people like zombies.
Right.
They're basically a zombie
They're just
horde.
zombies. They're a zombie horde. You got to start taking headshots.
Yeah.
No, the apocalypse is coming. This is bad shit.
Bad stuff.
Jack?
Do they get better looking because of the potion, or do they get better looking because people are giving them money to get better looking?
She gets a makeover.
He just stays Paul.
Yeah, I don't think does he get better looking, Jackie?
His hair gets like he
Less
starts letting
doofy.
his
Yeah. Maybe it's because he raped an entire sorority and he's like, no, I'm cool guy.
Yeah, I
Because
guess.
that's what cool guys do.
Confidence is sexy.
I get
Skin bracer.
How do you get confidence from that?
From skin bracer?
No, from raping
Don't.
people's
It smells yucky.
They don't like you. They don't actually like you. They're not attracted to you.
No.
God damn it. Sam?
What happens to Gary?
What the fuck happens to Gary?
Jackie, what happens to Gary?
He just goes back to doing what he was doing before,
Selling
going out to the
horses?
bars with his friends.
Which is loving her.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that he is a lousy boyfriend, but he seems to have been faithful, and he loves her for 10 years.
For 10
and
years.
And she stayed with this thing for 10 years, so it's like, you're in or you're out. Paul should have never been part of this equation.
And now she's running off to Hawaii with Paul, the serial rapist.
Uh-huh.
She's also a serial rapist. They deserve each other.
Yeah.
But yuck.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, poor Gary.
He got a Porsche, though, so...
He did get a Porsche, yeah.
That's a pretty sweet one. It was...
356.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So on the chance of sounding a little rapey myself, if you guys could love potion number 9 anyone, who would you do it to?
9? Well, not 9.
No, love potion number 8.
I did love potion number 9 you. We got married. 8? I just can't do it, Jackie.
It's too yucky.
It's too yucky. It makes me...
Because what you just asked
ask
us
is, who do you want to bang?
Who do you... No, that's not it at all. What you asked us is, if no one knew, who would you rape?
Right.
But people are going to know because you're about to say it out loud, so I'm not answering that question.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
And also, we would know it, like, internally. I
didn't
don't-
even think about that.
Yeah, dude, what are you talking about?
Never mind, don't answer that question.
And you
That's
just wanted to
super creepy.
say Gerard Butler anyway, so...
He already knows.
He already knows. I admit it like every fucking week on this show. Like, I love you. I just want to smell your socks.
What?
Please come back to me. And he's like, I've never even fucking met you before, you crazy bitch.
I need to get a restraining order. What does love potion number 1 through 7 do?
Well, we know what number 2 does.
The poop hands?
Yeah.
The poop punch?
Poop punch.
Do they do anything? Because, I mean, like...
Maybe
it
they
seems
grow your
like-
hair or...
Well, they're love potions, Jackie.
Yeah, I think they're just not as... Because the thing is the 8 is the strongest form, and we've decided that it's basically evil supervillain mind control.
Right.
So maybe number 1 is just sort of like oysters.
Oysters, you just
Yeah.
get a little...
You know, like, oh, it moved.
Yeah.
Mango.
It's just Viagra.
Yeah, I think 5's Viagra.
5 is Viagra.
5's Viagra.
Okay.
7's probably ecstasy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So just various iterations of horniness.
9 is the
inducing.
power to control the world.
Yep.
No, 9 is the power to find true love.
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
yeah.
8
9
is the power to...
antidote.
Yeah.
8's
Bad.
the one.
All right. Who's next?
I don't
I'm
have any
out.
more questions.
Okay.
burned
Final
mine
recommendations on love potion number 9. Sam, let's start with you.
I didn't like it. Even though I loved the monkey, or the chimpanzee, I really liked the extras.
Mm-hmm.
Too draggy. Not very much happens. There wasn't it. it sucks when you say a movie needs more montages because they shouldn't have any.
Right.
And this one needs like 8 more montages.
Hey, can we chuck a flashback in here or something, man? Spice this thing up.
I need some bad storytelling
Yeah.
because this is just not storytelling.
Can we just get a villain to monologue for 30 minutes in front of the camera?
There's a guy with a snake ring. He seems like he could monologue. What the fuck is with the snake ring?
What the fuck is with where'd he get that? I thought that was like a version of at first of like the love potion, like, oh, he got the evil snake ring powers. He went to a fucking volcano island and forged a snake ring with the cult of Valshula.
When he goes back, she's like, you have to toss this into the... You have to kill him, take the ring, and toss it into the fires of Mount Doom.
Right. Yeah. No, where do you get that fucking snake ring? Maybe
It's
I
pretty
should get a
sweet.
snake ring.
Yeah. I wore a Phantom ring for a while.
Hell yeah. Slam evil, buddy.
I did. Actually, no, I just slammed Dubers. Wore a fucking pewter fucking Phantom ring and drank Mountain Dew.
Jackie, I'm going to let you go last since it's your movie. I'm also going to give it a don't. I didn't like it in any manner at all. It's uncomfortable. It's yucky. It's just the fucking chimpanzee hump in the air. That's it. That's the only thing you can come for here. I can't even recommend it to fans of rom-coms, even though people love this fucking movie on the internet. Like, it's just a cute little film. It's just so cute.
27% of people that have seen it love it.
It's so cute. How can you, dude? It's about fucking rape. It can't be cute. Fuck you. So no, do not from me, Jax.
I was going to give it a do all the way, but then all the rape talk killed this movie.
Yeah, it sucks.
And it made it not fun or magical anymore.
It's gross.
So
it's icky on the inside.
It's a do not.
This is you have a black void where your heart should be if you wrote this.
Yeah.
You're bad. Yuck. Blech. No. Do not. We're gonna do something a little different here today. We're gonna have a little something called film debate. It's not even a debate because people would have to have different opposing viewpoints, but I want to talk about something, a trend in film that may or may not be a trend at all, but there's not even a description for it.
Sure.
But basically, Sam, did you see Project Valkyrie?
You know that Tom Cruise is not allowed in my house, so if I haven't seen it with you, I haven't seen it.
Okay. Jackie, did you see Project Valkyrie?
Is that the one where he keeps dying?
No, that's rinse, die, repeat.
Actually, that was called Groundhog Day.
Yeah. No, Project Valkyrie is the biopic about, I can't remember his name, the attempted assassination on Adolf Hitler.
Brian Singer.
No, I haven't
directed
seen it.
Speaking of rape.
Yeah, right. Okay. And then did anybody hear about a movie from 2017 that was supposed to be quite good called The Death of Stalin?
No.
Okay. Got Steve Buscemi and another really good actor in it. And then Chernobyl. Jackie and I are currently probably going to finish up the 5 episode miniseries on HBO of Chernobyl, which I will tell everybody that they need to stop what they're doing and watch right now. It is the best miniseries I've seen since Lonesome Dove as far as a production value. It is dumb produced, but we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about one thing that all 3 of these films have in common and a miniseries. The actors are playing foreigners and do not use fake accents. They are British actors in Chernobyl just talking like Brits, even though they're playing Russians. There's no subtitles. They're just doing it as if they were American or English. Same with Project Valkyrie. Tom Cruise doesn't bother with a German accent because, well, let's face it, Tom Cruise probably didn't have a choice. Somebody was like, give us your German, and he ended up sounding like Nick Cage, and so they said, nope, just do Tom Cruise.
Give us your German, and he actually pulled a human being out of a suitcase that was German.
Here he is.
Oh my God! Why do you have him?
Same with Death of Stalin. They all American didn't try to.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, bro. They didn't do that at all. What's your guys' take if you are a filmmaker and you're making a film where you've only got English actors and you want to set it in a foreign country? Would you? Is it immersion breaking? Is it
No.
suspension of disbelief or?
You're actually, this fucking fake accents are more distracting to the telling the story than not, right? Because
Sometimes.
it's like, no, but I think I say thank you to this because, it's in Germany. They speak English with German accents in German. No, they speak fucking German.
Right.
It's either subtitle or it's not. If it's not in German, just have it in English.
I think that's a really good point, because as Sam and I are very familiar with Japanese movies, we get some pretty weird subtitles sometimes because that's what we have to do.
Yeah.
Whereas the film may not be as weird in its native language. So I'm with you there. I think that sometimes that can fuck up immersion, even though it's there's just no good way to do it. But I like this approach. Jackie, where are you out on this?
I don't want to hear shitty accents.
Yeah.
And,
stupid.
the thing is that if you get actors that cannot do the accent right, but everybody else around them is nailing it,
Right.
it makes them look like a fucking retard. It brings down the quality of your film. You start focusing on this one retard actor who can't get the
Nicolas
accent.
Cage or Tom Cruise.
And, then they start...
Kevin Costner, notorious bad accenter.
Sure.
Then they start trying to do weird things with their accents, and you can't understand what they're saying because they're trying to get the accent and they're trying to be authentic. And you're not German.
Right.
You're
And it's
English,
also a little
whatever.
ethnically offensive, isn't it?
It should be.
Yeah.
And the thing is that something like that, where just fucking use whatever accent you got. It's fine.
Just do it. Play it straight. The accent is insulting. I think culturally
I do too.
at an extreme level, say at a base level, it's just dumb and distracting. And I didn't think I was going to get to bring this up, but I watched K-19 Widowmaker, and it took me like 3 fucking weeks and 6 tries to get all the way through the thing. But it's got Harrison Ford and Liam Neeson's,
Right.
and so they're all doing Russian accents in this
Yeah.
one because it sucks. And here's the thing. Ford does it so subtly that he's almost not doing it sometimes. But then they have Liam Neeson and Jonas Ackerlund are in it. Jonas Ackerlund is South African.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't even bother because it's Academy Award-winning director Kathleen Bigelow directed this.
Yep.
And she's like, well, you've already got an accent. Just use your normal one. American audiences will...
They're stupid. They'll
So
think that
Jonas
that's Russian.
Ackerlund doesn't do anything different in this or in Lethal Weapon 2.
Uh-huh.
And Liam Neeson's is just Liam Neeson. And everybody else has a fake accent. And that's why... This is my crowning example of why fake accents are stupid. Because they can be mixed with the wrong accent and you can't tell. Because they're stupid.
Right. And if memory serves, Das Boot was never translated or dubbed or anything like that. It was Das Boot is just German, native German language, right?
Certain films, I couldn't tell you that for certain, and I would guess. I thought that Milos Forman's Fireman's Ball is unavailable with overdub. It's you either read it or you don't get to watch it.
Right. Okay, so let's follow that up with one more question. We know there's films like what was it? Ridley Scott's was it called Gods in Exodus or something like that from a couple of years back?
Oh, the
Where-
Moses movie?
Yeah, where
I never
they
finished it. I was
just
supposed to-
hired a bunch of white guys rather than actually getting Arabian actors.
The King of Egypt was Joel Edgerton or something
Yeah,
like that.
come on, dude. So, what about on something like Chernobyl or this Death of Stalin movie? What if instead of Steve Buscemi, you get actual people from that country and that aren't going to have a name?
Sure.
You're a filmmaker and you still have to try to make money, and you can either get Steve Buscemi or you can get Ivan Blunkovich, who both are equally going to do a good job, but Ivan Blunkovich is probably going to do a better job at being Russian because he is.
Yeah, he is, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So where do you guys think about that?
I say that's good luck to you, sir.
You'd
You'd rather have Steve Buscemi there?
I think that you're trying to compare apples and pears.
Okay.
Because the thing is that, yeah, you want a Russian actor, but there might not be anybody who can encompass that character as well as Steve Buscemi. And to say that oh, yeah, they're equal on all things, that one's just Russian. I don't know. That seems kind of dumb.
I don't like whitewashing.
Yeah.
I don't like whitewashing either, but I think Jackie makes a fair point. As long as you do it properly, like, for instance, she's saying, if Steve Buscemi's the only guy that can play this character,
Then go.
then go, but make sure you are disclaiming, this is not a Russian guy. This is Steve Buscemi,
Yeah.
and he's not going to fucking do a, oh, hello, bro. Would you like more vodka?
Yeah.
Because otherwise you could just hire me, and I suck.
Sure.
So I'm very interested to watch Death of Stalin because I heard nothing but good things about it, and I would like to see how they treat that without none of them using accents, just being Americans.
And I think on the other side of it, you can use accents, but in other ways, like if you have a character that's supposed to have an accent, it's not like the movie isn't set in a country and everybody has an accent, but like if you've got like Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, there's like somebody that does this and he's got the accent. It makes the character. It's fine. It's good. That's fun.
Right. Yeah.
Mickey Rourke doing a Russian accent for the character. I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It's interesting, and I like the bravery that filmmakers have decided to choose that and say, you know what, fuck it, we don't need to do fake accents. It sucks. Yeah. So I applaud those guys and would like to see that trend continue a little more. It's my pick next week, so we will be getting to a movie starring Martin Kove of Karate Kid fame called Steel Justice.
Ooh.
So
Is this a karate movie?
Yeah,
No.
sort of. It's a gun movie.
It's a gun movie.
/ karate movie. It's awesome.
Okay. All right. All right.
I think it is on Amazon
Is it
Prime.
Mr. Miyagi?
No. He's the head guy of Cobra Kai.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
Martin Kove.
All right. All right.
I think, like I say before, I was so rudely interrupted. I think it's on Amazon Prime, but we've got it on DVD. So if you can't get it on Prime, I highly recommend seeing if you can pick it up on DVD for cheap at like your pawn store or something.
Sure.
That's it. Enjoy your week, guys. Get to the chopper. Visit us at www.stinkermadness.com. Follow Stinker Madness on Twitter at Stinker Madness. Please rate and review us on iTunes and Stitcher. Thank you for listening, and get to the chopper.